Hi there, this is Angelo from Maris. I'm really excited to talk about our new CXM 1978. This has been a really great experience to collaborate with Chase Bliss on this one. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to do that. We've had a lot of fun. This started last year when Chase Bliss announced their automaton preamp, and it sparked instantly Terry's mind to think about the reverb, and it's kind of just developed from there. So this is our classic studio reverb from the 70s, late 70s. And a lot of the sound inspiration comes from Brian Eno, Daniel Lanois, a lot of our favorite albums. It's 3 different algorithms, new algorithms inside with modulation and decay controls that are really distinctive, but kind of inspired by the originals, where you have a crossover control for mids and bass decay, and you have this treble control to just dial in the top end just right. We have the motorized faders bring a really great instant access to seeing where the presets are. A lot of times when you're scrolling through presets on a reverb, you might not know where you're at. The knobs kind of get stuck in a position where they used to be, and this is an excellent way of just having it jump immediately to the new sound. Hey, Stephen. So I'm going to go a little bit through a couple more sounds. That was the plate reverb. I'm going to jump over to the hall. And also I'm going to jump down to the room. The clock control is interesting too. So we have hi-fi, mid-fi, lo-fi. The hi-fi is the full resolution, modern reverb, 32 bits, 48K. We have 32-bit converter, stereo in, stereo out. The mid-fi takes it a decade back to degrade it to the 90s, and then we have that late 70s, early 80s lo-fi mode, which captures more of the character of the original. You hear a little bit of that. The modulation has a consistent theme across the 3 modes. The medium setting gives you this undulating, chorusy sound. The high modulation gives you vibrato kind of texture, a little light and everything on the top. Here, I can set it so you can get some extreme examples of chorusing and flanging in the trails, which can be dialed out, but it's kind of something new that we're bringing to it. Lots of extreme, deep, kind of rumbling modulation, which you can set exactly. Dial it in specifically for the track. It's got MIDI in, so it's completely remote controllable, and we're really excited to see it launch later on this year. It's been just a joy to work on. It's come together really smoothly. We're super excited about it.